Today's recipe, I'm going to be making lemon chicken at home. Cuts out the marinade, all the fuss, makes it really easy to do at home. My kids and wife absolutely love it, and that's a big money saver. For the recipe, you're going to want some boneless, skinless chicken breasts. You can use thigh meat. I happen to have skin on chicken breasts, so I'm just going to take off the skin. With our chicken breasts prepped, skinless, boneless, we're just going to cover us with some food wrap or cling film, and we're going to bash them flat. This does two things. It tenderizes the meat and also gives us a larger cooking surface. Add a tablespoon on each chicken breast of corn flour. So that's going to also help dry the meat out a little bit and also give the batter something to adhere to when we dip it in. Before we get started on the sauce, you're going to want to add 2 teaspoons of corn flour and a small splash of water to a cup and create a slurry. So just dissolving that flour into the water, and this is to thicken it, and put that to one side. We'll be making use of that in the sauce. For the lemon sauce, we add 100 ml of chicken stock. I'm using one of those stock pots. I've only used about half of one, but you can use any chicken stock you like. 4 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of soy, light soy sauce that is, not dark. 1 tablespoon of Shaoxing rice wine. If you don't have it, don't worry about it, it's optional. Zest your 2 lemons. If they're cutting out long strands like that, be sure to cut them nice and fine. And 1 tablespoon of honey. Into this, we're going to grate a small piece of ginger and 1 small garlic clove, or half of a normal size one. We can add our slurry of corn flour. That's 2 teaspoons of corn flour mixed in some water. And this will thicken the sauce. At this point, you want to give it a good stir because this will want to congeal at the bottom of the pan. Top tip, if you roll your lemon on a hard surface, you'll be able to get more juice out of it. And now we can add our lemon juice. That was the juice of 2 lemons. Goes in. Give it a taste test at this point. If you like it more lemony, add the juice of another lemon. That for me is just right. And you can see as it heats up, it's starting to thicken, and that's the corn flour kicking in. And now it's bubbling. We can turn the temperature really low. And let me get a spoon just to show you the consistency. So it's almost like a syrup, still liquid, but much thicker than water. And that's just right, that's perfect. So I'm gonna turn the heat off while I cook the chicken. Our batter mix today is so simple. 6 ingredients: flour, corn flour, white pepper, salt, baking powder, and fizzy water. You can substitute the fizzy water for beer or lager if you like. Think fish and chips, beer battered fish and chips. Pretty much the same thing, it's fine. You can use that if you have it. So we're going to have 100 grams of plain flour, 50 grams of corn flour, which I know is roughly 3 tablespoons from here, 47, there we go, 50, a teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of white pepper. Give those ingredients a mix while they're dry. And then I'll move the camera in so we can find the consistency we're looking for. At this point, we're going to add our sparkling water or lager if you're using that. And we're going to add it a little bit at a time. You're going to want a kind of crepe pancake texture. So that's nearly there. That does need some more. We've got to really watch it now, so we don't want to overdo it. And that, to me, is about right. You see, so it's still quite liquid, but thick and creamy. And that's going to really stick to the chicken. So that's done. We'll let that rest while we heat the oil. With our oil at temperature, we're going to drop our chicken into the batter, let most of it drain off, and then carefully place it into the oil and lay away from you. The chicken will want 3 minutes on each side. If you notice it's too hot, lower the temperature and keep an eye on it. You don't want it to burn. Try not to be tempted to move the chicken around too much right at the start. You want the batter to adhere to the chicken before you play around with it too much. After about a minute or 2, you should be able to just make sure it's not stuck to the bottom. After 3 minutes, pick up the chicken and flip it over. Chicken's had 6 minutes in total. And put it onto a kitchen towel while we cook the next one. And then again, lower into the oil and roll away from you. So for serving suggestions, I'm just doing this with some thinly sliced spring onions and some sesame seeds. So I like to serve these slightly cut at an angle, about 1 inch thick. There you have it. Family favourite of mine, lemon chicken, white sticky rice with a wonderful lemon sauce. Absolute winner. Don't bother buying it at the takeaway. You can make it at home. so quickly and easily. So if you enjoyed this recipe, please consider liking and subscribing, where I bring out recipes just like this, family favourites, easy to do, tried and tested, about once a week. YouTube thinks that you'll enjoy this video next. Let's see if it's true. Thanks guys, see you in the next one.